who, well, he's been in the semi-finals for the last 3 years. He wants to go one better at least this year and make the final, and maybe walk away with a cheque for £10,000. To do so, he's going to have to beat the reigning world champion. It's going to be a tremendous match. It's a best of 19 encounter. This for a place in the final. I'll hand you over to our MC, Mr. Alan Hughes.
Thank you, Mark, and let's welcome the players in our first semi-final. First, a terrific player, a prolific winner of titles, and making his third appearance in the world semi-final against Twisty, going for a record third world title and playing out of his skin. Ladies and gentlemen, together, will you welcome, please, Phil the Farmer Harrison and the reigning MC World Champion, Jason Twist.
The number 1 and the number 4 seeds contest this semi-final, so the seedings obviously playing their role. The event's reigning champion, defending champion, Jason Twist, will be breaking off the semi-final, a best of 19 affair. And what a semi-final this promises to be. And that cue ball just about finding its way to the side pocket, and Tony Holgate happy to be alongside Tony, and we've got a very interested spectator in the box with us here for this semi-final, and he'll be in fact contesting the second semi-final and might be on a scouting mission of sorts. Chris Melling. Well, Chris, you got the best seat in the house to see this match, and you and I had a little chat about this earlier on. This is going to be a tough one to call, isn't it?
It's a very tough match here. We've got 2 of the best England players and 2 of the best players in the world. Phil's been here twice before, Jason's won it twice before. I'd like to see Phil win it, to be honest. He's a great lad, and he deserves to win it after past performances.
So you're frightened of playing Twisty then, have you?
No, not really.
Well, Chris, yourself already with 1 title in the bag, and you're searching for a second one here. Whereas Jason Twist is looking to become the first man in history to successfully defend this title. Never been done. And that's the man that's trying to stop him. Phil Harrison, and he has been a picture of consistency throughout, making his 3rd appearance in succession in the semifinals.
30 seconds.
Well, it's Phil Harrison with the first opportunity. Elect to play the Red Bulls. The only real problem you can see, and it's not a great problem, is the red ball that's just directly above the 8 ball in the centre of the table.
Well, you can bet that both of these players will have spent a good deal of time on the practice table before coming out here on center stage, and we've seen on many occasions where Lady Luck has played a role. Is chance going to favor the prepared man?
Yeah, look, just coming to this game when you've got 2 top-class players like Jason and Phil. All comes down to the break. They can both play up from any position on the table. It looks as though Phil's going to take the opening frame here. Looks in prime position.
And always important, Chris, isn't it, to get off the mark early and establish your game, let your opponent know that you're fit as a fiddle?
I've seen Phil play over the last 5 or 6 years, and I have to say this is the best I've ever seen him play. Just doesn't look like missing. Played great in the team event, and he could go all the way. Who knows?
Harrison just trying to be careful he doesn't drop his waist shot on any of those yellows at the top of the table. He looks to have overhit that slightly, but he's okay. Any further than it would have been a problem. And there you see the red ball. It's pretty straight into this corner pocket. You just got to run the cue ball through about 2 or 3 inches. Have a choice of middle or top left hand corner for his last red. I feel he's going to play it in corner. And again, it's going to be a good start. Well, looks fit for Phil Harrison. so clinical in these World Championships, and an easy 8 ball now for Harrison to draw first blood.
The farmer looking to plant a few seeds of doubt in his opponent. Phil Harrison takes the opening frame here in this best of 19 semifinal, 1-0 over Jason Twist. And what a performance to come out right out of the gate like that. Phil has to be delighted about that effort. All set to break frame number 2. Yellow and red. Both potted in the bottom corner pockets as we look. You can see that's the order of the day as far as the break is concerned. Maintain control of the table by getting the ball off the break. What's your choice here, Chris?
Well, I think I'd be looking at the yellows here. A bit unfortunate there for Phil. He didn't control the white too well off the break. Decided to put a lot of power into it. Could clip the yellow in the centre bag, running into the pack of the 2 yellows. Opening the frame up here. Decided to play a safety shot instead, keep Jason under the pressure.
He forgot which seat was his. That's concentration.
Well, nothing easy for Jason Twist. He's going to try and put the red ball into the other middle. And that's a cleaner's whistle. And you say there's nothing left for him, and he pulls out a shot like that, and now he's got an angle on the red ball above the black. He could try and cut this one into the right-hand centre and split everything open here. And there you see, 1 minute you think he's got nothing, and the next minute he's carved out an opening for himself.
He's got this red below the yellows, bottom right. He's also got the one he's looking at now, top left. But obviously, the red next to the yellow and black poses a bit of a problem.
Seconds.
How important is it now, Tony, as far as Jason's concerned, to reply to what Phil Harrison just threw at him? That worked.
Well, he got away with that one. I don't think he played it exactly like that. It wasn't intentional, but he's on it in the middle pocket.
A little bit fortunate there, Jason. Played to cannon the red out, split it off both the yellows and landed perfect. Good chance now.
And that was a long way away there. Wouldn't expect Jason Twist to miss a ball, especially by such a distance.
Another look at it. Just caught the far knuckle. I don't know what he's left for Phil Harrison. Certainly nothing easy apart from possible plant. He's got the one yellow in the middle of the table that he could play into the left center. Good little shot there. And he's opened everything up. Worth another look. And the problem for Phil is he's pushed that one yellow far enough so it passes the red bottom right. And if it does, he won't get on it any better than right now. So the bottom right corner.
And there you see from that camera angle the yellow wall pass down into this bottom right corner. Just see Phil Harrison, it's fairly tight. But he needs to hit that pretty slowly down there to make it into the pocket. Let's have a look at both angles.
30 seconds.
I think the reason he's hesitating is he'd like to play this slowly so that if it doesn't go in, it goes over the pocket. Well, he had a wide open pocket there. Obviously still just trying to gather himself, take a little extra time to compose his nerves and be absolutely certain what path to victory that he wants to take.
Still not easy though here. He's got to take the yellow into the bottom left-hand corner, screw round behind the red. Played it to perfection.
That was nearly a premature round of applause there. I bet Phil had his heart in his mouth for a split second there. But he's in good shape. Should play the yellow now into the top right hand corner. Hasn't got to do anything with the cue ball. He's guaranteed position on the 8 ball. A tremendous start by Harrison.
And equally important that he's punishing that miss from Jason Twist. He got the mistake and he capitalized. 2-0, Harrison over Twist. No time like the present now for the reigning Embassy World Champion to make amends.
I'll tell you what, that's what you call a break, Jim.
You think there was a little aggression in this stroke? That cue ball parked in the middle of the table. Three reds off the break. So we decided to spot Phil Harrison 3 balls.
Now, as you can see, the yellows are a bit easier than the reds. You've got 2 next to that left-hand middle, which guarantees the position on the 8. It's 2 at the top right-hand side of the table. Whereas if you had to put the reds at 2 in the centre of the table, it would have been slightly awkward.
Just what Jason needs to get an easy clearance to get himself a frame on the board. Then he can start to relax. And he won't get them any easier than these.
Right over the red. No problems for Jason. Just wants to get the cue ball back in the middle of the table. Could have come back a little further.
I think we'll see Jason play the right off 2 cushions here, just 12 for the yellow in the centre bag. Just didn't go far enough on the last ball.
It looked to me like he left it a little thinner than he wanted to, Chris. I certainly didn't expect him to miss that, but you've just seen 2 misses from Jason Twist. I'm not sure he missed this balls like this in the entire event prior to this semi-final.
I have to agree, Jim. I don't think Jason's missed 2 balls all week, and he's just missed 2 balls in 2 frames there. Not like him whatsoever.
We just wonder if maybe that treble back of his is playing up. We did see it in this quarter final. Sometimes he was getting off his cue very quickly, wasn't he, Jim?
Well, and not only that, Tony, he wasn't staying down long enough and really sighting the ball properly. He's had back problems here for a few weeks. You'll probably see him where most players, when they get down, they've got that one leg straight. You might even see Jason's a little bent just to alleviate a little pressure on that lower back.
See Phil just containing in the frame, playing a good safety. But he has given Jason half a chance here. If he can pop the yellow in the top right and centre, leave an angle to pop the yellow in the left centre and kiss the black towards the pocket, Jason will be happy with this position.
He's going to have to be careful not to knock the black in, Chris. Now red and black look set to the corner pocket, don't they?
That's right, Jim. Just got to be a little bit careful there. This is a shot now. If you could just kiss the red half ball, not the black over the pocket, it's a frame winning opportunity.
Tough shot for the twist. Oh, and it hasn't. He played that shot well. That is superb control of the world champion.
Not going down easily. Jason Twist secures frame 3 after a few anxious moments. 2-1. Phil Harrison still leading. Frame number 4, Phil Harrison to initiate proceedings. Nothing down. And if he can see that yellow, that'll be the color of choice for Jason Twist. A lot of power, cue ball bounding.
It's amazing sometimes how he can break the ball so hard. And he can't pot a ball. The white ball there seemed to swerve in between the reds there. Don't know if that were a finger mark or not.
Yes, it did seem to turn at the very end. Jason made a motion with regards to the movement it took. Just dove in towards that side cushion. And this cloth has a nap on it, so
perfect kiss there on the red. Leading Jason to pot his one hard ball on the side cushion, and the frame's open again for him to take a 2-all.
just wants to be sure. But everything's in the open. It's just the sequence that he wants to remove yellows to make his life as easy as possible.
He's played a good shot there, Jason Twist. Nice control. There's only really left. This is simple stuff to do.
And he really has sped up. And very quickly, Jason Twist has got right back into this against the break. 2-2, the reigning world champion versus the number 4 seed.
Fifth frame, Jason Twist to break.
Jason Twist all set to break off. Frame number 5. Having pulled back the last 2. And he had a crushing break previous. Yellow down. And this is going to be either reds or yellows. He's got an easy starter no matter which color he chooses. Virtually willing a ball into a pocket there.
Twist starting to look determined now. Seeing in his eyes.
Yellow ball's in play.
He had the red over the right center, Chris, if he would have elected reds.
That's right, Jason surprised me a little bit there. I thought he would have taken reds. Every red's in the open, nothing hard to do. Now there's a yellow that's in front of the other two, which could cause a problem.
It's going to be hampered queuing and playing this. This can't be easy on that lower back. Reaching over the table like that.
Played that shot well though. Both those yellows going to the bottom right hand corner. You see Jason Twist just checking them once again.
He's going to have to play a couple of decent little shots here. Little stun shots to hold on the other yellows. Could have been easier, but...
Yes, no matter how comfortable he looks, I can assure you, he would never let you know that his back is bothering him. And this is where concentration can virtually take over.
Yeah, Jason looks to be in the zone, as we call it now. Doesn't look like he's going to miss.
And Chris, is this the same player that started out this match?
Was a miss there from Jason. And he was up very, very quickly off his cue. And that is unbelievable.
And he never did pull the cue ball back either. He needed to draw that cue ball back for the 8 bottom left. He never got the cue ball where he needed to.
I think Jason's back could be in a little bit of pain, to be honest. It's not like Jason to miss balls like that.
Well, Phil with a glorious opportunity, totally unexpected. It seems like every frame that Phil Harrison looks to grab, he's virtually being given. But he's still got to do the business. 5 more reds remain. And lest we forget all the pressure of a world semi-final.
Well, he's double checked everything. He's made his decision. He's going to take the balls out at the top of the table first. Then move downstairs for the last 2 remaining reds and the 8 ball. Phil Harrison comes from Ely in Cambridgeshire. With his family own a farm. That's where he gets his nickname, the farmer. Spends the daytime sat on his tractor, evenings down the pub playing pool. And now he's trying to plough himself a route to the final.
And that would have brought a few groans from our viewers at home.
Great shot there by Phil. Prime position now, looking to take a 3-2 lead.
Right into the heart of the pocket. Phil Harrison gratefully accepts that present thrown his way from Jason Twist. 3-2 in the race to 10. Harrison leading. Phil Harrison all set now. 2 reds down. Frame number 6, 3-2 in front.
Red ball potted.
Eyes darting back and forth, trying to help the mind make a decision on what color to select.
Nearly looked like he chipped the cue ball into the pack there. Cue ball bouncing straight back off the front ball, leaving the bed of the table.
Well, this is what happens when you miss chances, and Jason's missed 3 good chances. The run starts to go against you, and your opponent gets a lot of confidence,
30
starts getting all the good breaks and all the good kisses.
Yellow ball's nominated.
And if Jason doesn't pull his socks up, it could be 3 or 4 frames behind in no time here.
Yellow ball's in play.
That's a pretty good shot there from Phil Harrison. You have to play the yellow ball into the right-hand centre pocket. He's got himself on awkward balls. We'll see once again. See the side taking a cue ball and off the bottom rail and into the side cushion. And holding on that red ball next to the 8 ball. Tricky little shot coming up now, playing the yellow into the centre pocket. Does not want to be hitting this very hard.
30 seconds.
I'm just wondering whether Phil's thinking of taking the yellow off the red in the centre bag here. I think we'll see him play it off the red.
I think, bearing in mind the position he just landed himself in, I think that'll be the right shot now, Chris. Yellow off the red into the right and centre. There you see him lining up.
Just got to be a little bit careful here that it doesn't push the red in front of the yellow. That's the problem at the top of the table. There we see Phil shaking his head again. You just know he's in perfect position when he does
30
that.
seconds.
Yes, we're accustomed to seeing the head shake. Very nicely played.
He played it to get that red out of the way, the yellow at the top, but it's nearly come down and blocked him back in the middle. And there you see just will the cue ball pass that red and make contact with the yellow into the centre.
I think ideally Phil will be looking to leave the yellow on the side cushion to last. I think that's the easiest ball to get the black.
His next shot at the top of the table is going to be the key to this frame, because he's going to have to steer the cue ball, negotiate 2 cushions and 3 reds. Drop into the centre of the table if you can.
30 seconds.
He's changed his mind. He doesn't like coming around the back of all those reds. So this is the ball you said he's going to leave the last. Chris has had to take it then. So now I think he's going to go upstairs for that yellow. It's much easier now, Chris, isn't it, to get on this yellow in the centre pocket?
Yeah, just got to be careful he doesn't overrun or under the white ball here. He's got quite a big gap to land in. Just working out how he's going to land on the black and which pocket he wants the black to go in here.
Not a lot happening wrong right now for Phil Harrison. He looks like the maestro out there, in total command of both nerve and cue. Into the center pocket to restore the 2-frame lead. 4-2, Phil Harrison over Jason Twist. Back in front, and a 2-frame cushion awaited him. Jason Twist strides to the table, once again called upon to stop the bleeding.
Red and yellow ball potted.
I think he's going to be opting for the yellows. That's my initial reaction. As we look at Jason's break once again. Plenty of power. Making 1 yellow and 1 red ball.
The yellows look very nice at first glance here. The only problem being top one. Can't really do anything with the white ball. We'll see Jason pop the yellow along the top cushion, then maybe take a long yellow into the bottom right hand
30
corner
seconds.
pocket. Just got to be a little bit careful. Didn't put the white in the centre bag here. It's going towards the centre bag.
He was very close there, Chris, wasn't he?
Well, he didn't have much choice, really. He had to take that ball on. Just control of the white ball, really.
Yeah, and a shot like that, Chris, you want to shoot it at a speed you're comfortable with, and there was no way he was going to slow roll it to take that side pocket out of the equation.
If you've noticed, every ball Jason's potted at the moment has hit the jaws of the pocket. He hasn't potted the ball cleanly. I think he's feeling a little bit under the cosh at the minute.
Would have come into the semi-final as a slight favorite, only slight, because very highly touted is Phil Harrison. But then again, this man is the defending champion. Now, he left himself an angle.
I was going to say, has he come back far enough to get on the yellow at the bottom of the table? There you see he's got a slight angle.
Now just off the bottom cushion. Just force this in and try and get that black into the center pocket.
This will do Jason's confidence a lot of good. Clearance from the break.
And he made it look easy. Once again, he replies with a bang. The defending champion back on song, 4-3, just one frame adrift of Phil Harrison in this semifinal. Good, strong effort, that shot. Didn't have a full pocket into that side. But what a confidence-boosting clearance that was.
Sign of a champion there. When his back's against the wall, can produce another clearance from the break.
And what's more, Chris, is he's pretty much playing in your time zone. He went through those in about a minute, if not less.
84 frames to 3.
Phil Harrison back to the table yet again. A familiar story. He's been pegged back 4-3, leading and all set to break. Let's see if he can get one off the break. The wrong one.
Right shape, wrong colour,
One
unfortunately.
visit, open table.
Yes, again, cue ball bouncing. The few times Phil has hit the break, that cue ball has been airborne, and this time flies straight into the side pocket. So Jason Twist will be able to select whichever color he feels will be the easiest to remove from the table. Yellow looks to
50
be
seconds.
the color of choice.
Yellow ball's in play.
These two players seem to be winning their friendly batches of two. Jason Twist does complete his clearance. Level the match once again.
Red
And
ball's
again,
in play.
Jason has missed yellow down the cushion. Relatively simple yellow. Just wonder what he's thinking.
Well, the misses have been unforced errors, and they have proved so costly. Two of them in earlier frames were converted to wins by Phil Harrison. Will this one follow the same suit?
50 seconds.
Great shot there by Phil. Didn't mean to pot the red. just contain the frame now. Phil's quite a good safety player. Jason just likes to outpot everybody.
You can see that pocket being guarded by the red, and there are 2 yellows in close proximity to it. So
50
as
seconds.
they sit, Phil Harrison decided favorite to snatch this frame.
Great shot there by Jason. Just overrun the white slightly.
That was incredible effort there from Jason Twist. Pounded his ball into the centre of the pocket. Just look at the screw inside there. Brady Hubel down the table and onto his most awkward ball.
It's close.
What a shot from Jason Twist there.
And just all of a sudden, Jason Twist has suddenly sprung to life in his frame. And just look at this. That's one of the best pots I've seen in the tournament.
Still a little bit of work to do though here. Got to try and hold for the yellow in the same pocket here. Decided to cannon the ball.
He just got this finish from absolutely nowhere. Harrison was probably quite happy with the shot he played, which was a containing one. And all of a sudden, Jason Twist has flicked the turbo button. Away he's gone.
Few players in the world can do this. We're sat beside one that can. And we're seeing
Chris
another
can as
one.
well, you know, Jim.
Touche. What a clearance from Jason Twist here. The pattern stays steady. 2 frames again secured by Jason Twist to deadlock this semifinal at 4 apiece.
Jason Twist breaking off the frame 9.
This is really amazing.
Off
It's
the
Phil
table.
Harrison's turn to win the next 2 frames. And the balls deserted Jason Twist on that breakoff.
Getting plenty of power though, Jim. Again, it's just a bit unfortunate he's not made a ball. But as they've won their frames in batches of 2, it's now Harrison's turn to win 2 in a row.
I think we'll see Phil take the reds here. Look more in the open.
30 seconds.
Can't really see any problems. But he just created
Red
one
balls
there.
in play.
Terrible shot by Phil there. He won't be happy with that. Probably see a little head shake in a minute.
So that's the difference, Chris. You looked at that table and didn't see any problems. I looked at it and I saw 8 of them.
And that's why, Tony, when the second semifinal's in, you and I'll be the ones
Time
holding
limit.
the microphones. Chris will be holding the cue.
We just had a glimpse of Aniki there, our South African timekeeper.
Oh, that's a tremendous effort. Retrieved the situation very nicely with that.
Great shot there from Phil, queuing over the yellow. Red straight into the centre of the pocket. Cannon the yellow. Landed perfect on the red in the right hand centre.
Harrison just not quite content
30
with
seconds.
where he's queuing now on that red ball. So he gets himself up, walks around, has a look, composes himself. Intelligent thing to do.
May just have to play with a trace around the hand side. There he did. Not getting any easier for Phil though. Still going to have to pull out a few good shots here.
The one thing that you really have to admire about Phil Harrison is he does play within himself. He doesn't try and produce miraculous finishes that you would have just seen the like of Jason Twist. And I think that's important, you know, not letting what you can't do interfere with what you can.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it feels like a percentage player. He prefers to play not a risky shot, but a nice controlled shot, leaving his opponent with nothing really much to do, and hoping he gets another chance to the table. Instead they're going for a ridiculous finish where he knows if he misses he's going to lose.
Harrison digging deep on this one.
30 seconds.
There you see Draculicu up in the air. Makes the pot a
Yellow
lot
ball's in
harder.
play.
I think that's the first ball that Phil has missed in the match as well.
And the scoreline's 4-4.
Well, Harrison will know that that's one that got away, or might have done. Should Jason Twist finish the frame from here? And you'd have to expect him to.
Well, one thing about it, the misses that have crept into Jason's game have been when they've been least expected. And as you said, Tony, you'd expect him to clear from here. He's never had his nose in front in this semi-final, and he won't get a better chance than right now to get that odd frame ahead of Phil Harrison.
What a time to take this frame though, Jim.
You know, it's almost as though he senses the importance of it too, because he's taken just a little bit more time.
Well, I were down at Jason's house a couple of weeks ago, down there for 4 or 5 days, and he was really in trouble playing. He played snooker all day and he was in trouble with his back, he just could not move. But now, I think something's happened to it. I think he's been to see a doctor and he sorted it out because it just doesn't look like he's going to miss now.
Nice angle on this yellow to drop back onto the black to the same pocket. Black down, Jason Twist goes 1 frame in front of Phil Harrison. 9 are in the box and very little to choose between these two. 5-4, the defending champion in front. Frame number 11, number 1 seed at the table. You know, it was interesting too. We had a word with our referee. Just said, make sure you get those balls touching when they're racked. But that was a terrific split. He can't complain there. But I guess he felt, as did Phil, that there were a couple breakoffs earlier in the match where they may quite not have been touching. She sure did her job there, didn't she?
Thirty seconds.
I think Phil will be looking at the red balls here. I've decided to take the yellow ones. Not convincing.
Yellow ball's in play.
He's going to have a lot of work to do, Chris, isn't he?
He's just landed perfect though on the yellow next to the black in the top left-hand corner. If he can run the white through, an inch for the other yellow in the centre bag, he's got a great chance.
I think he has to take it, really. If he wants to try and win at this visit, that's the ball he's got to shoot.
30 seconds.
Great shot there by Phil. Perfect position to go up for the yellow at the top end of the table. He's got to make sure he wins this frame now from this visit. Because if he don't, I think Jason could end up running away with the match.
Yes, and what's more, he'll be repaying the favor of taking one in effect against the serve because it was Jason Twist's break here.
30 seconds.
Phil knows that he'll be breaking off in the next with a chance to level.
And again, Phil's landed short on the yellow again. Wanted to be straighter than that. Wanted to be above the yellow. That way, guaranteed an angle to come down for the yellows. Now he's going to have to play a very good shot.
It's taken a lot of time, Chris,
30 seconds.
to make his mind up. Very indecisive. And there are times when that's a sign of nerves.
Red ball's in play.
I think he's getting edgy now, Jim, like you said. You can almost see that funnel again on the horizon.
No, that's right, Tony.
It's eluded him for so long.
But I mean, he wasn't near this indecisive in the early going when he was playing so well. He seems to have slowed down.
Just look at the way he sat in his chair. Starting to let his mind wander. Jason
50
Twist, the one that's
seconds.
looking the stronger of the two at the moment.
Over the past few years, Phil has always got off to a good start in the semi-final. But for some reason, as soon as his opponent has hit back with a few frames, he seems to have fallen over.
Well, there's no prizes for guessing which red is the most difficult one for Jason right now. Top right. That one will have to be developed. It does not pass that top corner pocket.
We could see Jason play a double on the red at the top end of the table. Jason's played about 7 doubles in the quarters and the semi-final so far, and I haven't seen him miss one yet. And you don't often see Jason playing a double.
It'd be a very risky one though, Chris. But I always like watching Jason play. You see his eyes almost grow as he walks around the table. A very focused man.
30
Very
seconds.
seldom do those eyes ever leave that 8-foot surface.
I think Jason's looking for an angle to pop the red in the right-hand centre pocket, screw the white off the top cushion into the red. Or can he just play it straight into the red, guaranteeing himself a shot at the red in the centre?
I think that's the shot. Trying to loosen up the one on the cushion as well.
Foul.
He's pocketed the yellow,
2 visits.
and that is unlucky.
That's why I thought Jason would play off the top cushion first. If he hits the top cushion, he's guaranteed to hit the red. And he could not pop the yellow playing it that way.
Still, you couldn't possibly have legislated for that, Chris.
Great shot there from Phil. Landed on his awkward ball straight away. Absolutely perfect.
I agree with that. Fantastic bit of cue in there from Harrison. As you can see, he's got a perfect angle now to bring the cue ball up for his nice yellow in the centre pocket. And he's had a reprieve in this frame after a dodgy shot. He's back in the match.
ducks in the 8 ball. 6-5. Jason Twist still in front. Keeps Phil Harrison in with a chance. And he knows he's going to be breaking in frame number 12. A race to 10. Best of 19 semifinal. We're at the Blackpool venue, the Hilton Hotel here, that has become the home of the Embassy World Championships. And cue ball once again straight into the side pocket. We've seen this storyline before.
That's the second time Phil Harrison has made an identical break, bouncing cue ball into left-hand centre pocket. And he looks a bit distraught about it, and you can imagine he will be, because really, if you make that mistake once, you want to make sure you don't do it again, don't you, Jim?
Well, there's nothing that'll stop a show quicker than an in-off the break.
Just look at the reds, though. You couldn't put them better with your hand.
And also a position to the 8 ball is going to be very, very easy.
I think you'll see Jason leave the red over the left-hand centre till last to drop onto the black.
In fairness, Chris, are that easy. It doesn't really matter which ball he leaves till last.
The object of the game, though, is to make the game look as easy as you can. Instead of making hard clearances, just make it easy.
That's what I've been doing wrong then. All of a sudden, Twist is looking very smooth on the cue right now.
And sped up again noticeably.
One minute Harrison was back in the match, and now Twist is going back to 2 clear.
60 seconds later, erases the memory. And back 2 frames in front. 7-5, Jason Twist over Phil Harrison, the best of 19. Jason Twist now, if he can pull out one of his huge breaks here, this is going to put Phil Harrison in all kinds of trouble.
Red ball potted.
Not as easy this time to see what Jason's going to go for. They haven't split all that brilliant. So you see Jason's powerful break. One of only a few people that put his hand on the table when they break off. Most people prefer to put the hand on the cushion to generate a bit more power. Jason goes for the control.
And the red and yellow, the top right,
30 seconds.
Red ball
the
in
obvious
play.
problem.
Terrible miss there from
Yellow balls
Jason.
in play.
And he has missed a few of them shots in this match.
And you know, here, guys, there's a chance if Phil Harrison wants to take it, as we again see the miss from Jason Twist, he can play that red into the side pocket and possibly even loosen up the difficult one. That's assuming it isn't already available.
Phil's only got 2 yellows tied up here. Could see him bring the top yellow on the right hand side of the table into play here.
30 seconds.
Problem being landed on another yellow after he knocks it out.
Yeah, I'm sitting there watching Phil play the shot, and it was so much easier to play the red in the side pocket and loosen up the other red. Of course, apart from the fact that he's on yellows. And that was a bad miss from Phil Harrison.
30 seconds.
He's brought the bad red out as well, Jim. That's a problem. Left to plant down the cushion. Jason's back in front after making a mistake. Phil hasn't punished him. This has happened too much too often.
You're starting to see a few chinks in Phil Harrison's armor. You have to wonder if some of those early finishes from Jason Twist that were pure magic might not have taken their toll on Phil Harrison's confidence.
Phil is such a great player, though. If you ask any other pool players about on the circuit, it's one of the nicest lads you can meet. And he is a great player, and every time he seems to get to the TV stages, I don't know why, but he seems to miss, and that isn't Phil whatsoever.
Well, a great last shot there from Jason Twist as Phil Harrison looks on. And now Jason, the tornado from Ilfracombe and Devon.
Just slightly overhit that one. Now cue ball going to be a little further from the next red than Jason would have liked. He's got the red into the center.
Yeah, surprised at Jason there. Thought he might have played the white off 3 cushions. Got a little bit closer to the red.
He's going to have to draw this back.
And that's the reason why he should have played it off 3 cushions. He had to play such an accurate shot to get on the other red. That's what made the pot more difficult.
He's actually tried to pinch a bit of pocket there. He tried to borrow the near knuckle because he didn't have the greatest of angle in the world.
But that is a huge let-off. He's got his opponent struggling, and he allows him back to the table with everything in the open.
You just feel Phil has to take this chance now. If he misses these from here, I think he best go up to his room.
Just taking out the awkward yellow. He knows he's still got one over the center.
I think we could see Phil take the yellow in the top right-hand corner here and screw the white down. He can't leave a red if he misses it. And that is his most difficult ball on the table.
If he had a little more confidence, Chris, I think he might have taken your option.
Yeah, the Phil that I know would have definitely taken the yellow in the top bag. He just missed a couple of pots that's knocked his confidence a little bit. He's just trying to make it a little bit more easier for himself.
So he's playing the yellow up the rail now into the top right-hand corner. Leave himself an angle on the yellow in the centre of the table, playing to the left-hand middle. And bring the cue ball down the bottom of the table. Just struggling to reach this ball at the top.
He's got to watch his waistcoat here too. Doesn't want to touch that yellow.
Landed quite nice there on the yellow into the bottom left-hand corner.
And Harrison is just hanging on to Jason Twist coattails. Nice shot there from Harrison. Perfect on the 8 ball now.
Could see Phil show a bit of emotion if he wins this frame.
What an unbelievable miss there from Harrison. That was a simple 8. 100 out of 100 for this one from Phil Harrison. Now, did he have any bad contact?
I think that was just a bad miss. If he'd got a kick on the ball, it would have sent the ball the other way. It's simply pressure. And it wouldn't surprise me if Phil come off the side cushion now and potted this ball.
One thing about it, when you get back to the table again, you feel like you've already given the frame up, and how often, when in your mind you've given it up, does it all of a sudden come back to you?
Well, Philly's noted for being one of the best doublers in the world in the game of pool.
Foul.
Well, it's all gone awry for Phil Harrison. And his shoulders are shrugged back in his chair, resigned now that he's going to go 8-5 behind Jason Twist. And I fear the worst for Phil now. I'm not sure there's any way back for him.
Well, he's just missed the black there, which is probably the easiest ball he could possibly pot. So every other pot now is going to be difficult.
8 down, and Jason Twist secures his first 3-frame cushion of this semifinal. 8-5 clear now of Phil Harrison in the race to 10. Well, you can bet there will be a little frustration in the break-off from Phil Harrison there.
Red ball potted.
And a red down off the break.
Again, Phil's potted a red off the break. Nice split there. He just feels like he's had the chances, but he hasn't taken them.
Well, finally, the break comes to his aid. That's got to be one thing that he can take consolation from.
Yellow ball's nominated.
Thirty seconds.
Yellow ball's in play.
Well, the yellows are here now for Harrison. But how's his mind going to be coping with them? After the despair of the last frame, when he had it at his mercy. Last frame, he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
If you remember last year, Lee Kendall was about 6 or 7 frames in front of Phil. In the quarterfinals, Phil came back, won all the rest of the frames, so we know he can come back from being behind. And again, he's run out of position once more.
It is an amazing game, though. And there's the man you were just talking about, Lee Kendall, the English captain, the Fox. I was about to say, Chris, how this game does tend to punish you when you start struggling and you're not confident with your cueing action around the table. It just seems like the balls sense that. And they never make life easy. Once again.
He's actually perfect on the yellow there. He's just run it about an inch too far, but he can cue the ball. Not too difficult from here. But the black wasn't too difficult in the last frame and he missed that one. Look what he's done there. He's over on the white about 4 inches.
Well, he's straight down, he must fancy it. Good shot, now he's going to have the 8 ball in the left centre pocket.
And no doubt this time, that's just what Phil Harrison needed. A finish like that to pull one back. 8-6, Phil Harrison behind Jason Twist. The Tornado all set to break now. Frame 15 of a possible 19. This our first semifinal. Red down.
And they're all there for Jason Twist. Another look at his break.
Red ball's in play.
Lots of power in it. Going to be taking the reds. A little bit more inviting than the yellows. Well, a lot more inviting than the yellows, in fairness. Nice easy starter, red at the top of the table.
I don't think they're as easy as they look though. The red next to the yellow and the black is the most difficult red to get on. Played a great shot there, split the red out. Give himself every chance.
Just wants an angle on this red now to be able to bring the cue ball back towards the 3 in the center of the table. And as you said, Chris, he's got that one difficult one that he's got to contend with.
I think he wanted a little bit more angle on that, Jim. Could have done with landing right on the top cushion. How well has he played that shot?
If he's there, that is spot on. There's cue ball control, as good as you'll ever see it.
Again, Jason Twist has moved up a gear when required.
How many times have we seen him play the great shots and then get to the easy ones and miss them? He's missed about 5 or 6 pots in this match, which isn't like Jason whatsoever. And again, there we see a terrible shot from Jason, doing all the hard work, getting into great position.
He might have to play a special little shot here. And if it was easy, he would have shot it already. And this isn't easy.
This just depends where the white goes after this shot.
30 seconds.
What a fantastic shot there from Jason Twist. He's left himself the angle he can get through the black. Just look at his eyes. He is pumped right up now.
What a finish from Twist there. 9-6 in front. Wants one more for a place in the final to defend the title that he currently holds. Phil Harrison is once again called upon to produce a comeback that they'll be talking about for years to come. He needs one off the break.
Foul.
A different path into the same pocket for that white this time.
Just look at the yellows as well. Split perfect. I think it's all over for Phil.
Well, that was dreadfully unlucky there from Phil Harrison. He changed his break to get it, to screw the white away from that middle bag because he's been bouncing it in and he's come off the top rail and sailed back in there. Very unfortunate there. But it's Jason Twist now, and he has the balls in front of him for a place in the
30
final of
seconds.
the Embassy World Championships.
As we said earlier, this game does punish you when you start making mistakes.
Yellow could be the selected ball, even if he contacts red. Oh, he's going for red, sorry. It looks like either one of them providing a clear-cut opportunity here to forge his way into the final.
Well, obviously the red, the bottom of the table on the right hand side goes through the gap, those two yellows into the corner. And Chris, this is a real chance.
I think I'll get a better one from here.
Sorry, Chris, this is where the experience of having been here before is invaluable, really.
That's right, we all say experience counts for a lot. When you get in these situations, it does count.
Well, Jason Twist is not in unfamiliar water. He knows what it takes to get to the final of the World Championship.
There you see the red sails in. I'll tell you what, I was about to say the red next to the black sails through the other gap of those three yellows. So you've got three yellows guarding that bottom right hand corner. And look, it does. Three yellows blocking that pocket and everything still goes past them.
Didn't strike that one with authority.
Twist that
Ball's
one
going to
away.
be going away from the 8 here, Chris. All of a sudden, this has become difficult, very difficult.
Didn't play the shot with any conviction whatsoever. Just dragged the white in.
He left himself too much to do.
Yellow ball's in play.
Little fortunate to have guarded that bottom pocket. But he knows that was one that got away. Will he get another look at the finish line?
Phil's got a chance here at the finish. I think he might be tempted to play a safety shot though. There we see a safety shot.
He almost let him see this red.
I'll tell you what, you can just a little bend round there.
Total snooker.
Christine Robbins is the referee's given a total snooker, but won't take much to swing that white round. Still a tough shot. It won't require too much bend. If Jason Twist was the guy here, Phil Harrison will be absolutely gutted.
Seconds.
But look at that for the second prize. Just look where the red's finished. Right over the pocket. Just look at the bend on the cue ball here. She passed the yellow and then turning in. And we all thought he got it. Great attempt.
So did he, Tony. He thought it was in too. I don't know whether or not there's room for that cue ball to fit between the cushion and the yellow on the right-hand side.
30 seconds.
Because if there isn't, I think he might find himself snookered again. And that pretty well tells you that there isn't.
I'm not so sure, Jim. That is very close.
No one's going to have a better look at it than Jason Twist. But Phil came and had a look at it. From distance, I don't think so, Tony.
Well, you soon know you could get the referee to ask if it's a total snooker.
Foul.
There's a clever shot there from Jason Twist.
Who is it?
Clever shot, but I think we'll see Phil try and tie the black up and snooker him with his 2 visits.
Second visit.
Oh, Chris, what do you see here?
I think we'll see Phil double the red off the side cushion, trying to cannon the yellow into the black, just to try and knock the black safe. Also giving himself another chance, because he can't pot the red card, Jason.
Very similar position. We already know that Jason can't get through that space between yellow and cushion.
Foul. 2 visits.
Well, that shot surprised me there. Doubling the black over. Phil could actually bring quite a few of these balls away, knowing that the black's tied up and snookering again.
You can see that Phil is weighing every option up in his mind right now.
30 seconds.
Can't afford any more mistakes. Just to remind you, 9-6 the current score. Jason Twist in front. He wants one more frame. and you'd like it to be this one, to secure that spot in the final.
That's a good shot there from Phil. Probably bring both yellows away here now, and then snooker him again at the top of the table.
Time out. Yes. Time running.
Harrison just hanging on this frame for dear life.
Probably see Phil now cover the top right hand corner pocket with this yellow.
Second visit.
Jason can't really get out of the snooker, and if he does get out of the snooker, he can't get on the black.
This is where Jason's going to have to start removing Phil Harrison's loose yellows at the top of the table. Giving Harrison the 2 visits, but also in the end he's going to force him to come down here, and he's going to have to knock all 3 of those balls out of that little corner down there.
I think you'll see Jason push the yellow next to the red and leave the white on top of the black here. Just keeping Phil under a bit of pressure. Doesn't want to pot the red though.
Foul.
Great shot there from Jason.
Now, does the tactical game suit Jason Twist? Or is this something that might benefit Phil Harrison? I mean, it's obviously nice having that 3-frame cushion.
Well, we haven't seen one of these frames all the match, and it will suit Phil because Phil is a very good tactical player. Jason likes to go for his shots, as we saw earlier, with a terrific finish that he took out. I think this is the only way that Phil can get to Jason, if he just slows the game down, ties him up in knots.
He's got a nice little wall, yellows and black, saving him as far as being able to leave a safety over that red.
Second visit.
Can't understand that shot there, what Phil's played. Still got the 2 yellows tied up down there, and can't really do anything. As they left him a chance.
Well, the problem is, though, even if he can get through to this red, and he can, certainly off the side cushion, it just doesn't avail position to the black.
I think the black may go in the top right hand corner pocket. It's such a difficult shot, but it could go past the yellow in the top right hand corner pocket. Whether Jason will take it on, I don't think he will.
Well, there is another option, and that would be a very thin clip off the side cushion, flicking the red in and dislodging the black.
50
I
seconds.
think I'd be playing very slow off the cushion.
Foul.
He obviously is quite
2
content
visits.
with having that red guarding that pocket.
And as he angled Phil on the top yellow in the top right hand pocket. Would you believe that? The story of the match. That's what's happened when you miss your chances.
Second visit.
I'm just wondering now whether Phil will actually put a yellow on next to Jason's red. Just try and kill the frame off, and then he can bring all his balls away.
At some stage, Chris, would he want to get that black away from that corner pocket?
Jason would want to get the black away from the corner pocket, I think. Because if Phil can put a yellow on top of the red and kill the frame off,
30
and that
seconds.
gives him the opportunity to bring both the yellows and the black away and not leave the red. Well, he just gave him a great chance now.
That's an incredible shot there from Harrison. As you can see, he's left the red open, and I think the 8 ball might go past into that same pocket.
I've got a feel that Phil Harrison tried to pocket that yellow and miss it.
Now you say Jason Twist is probably even having a look to see if he can play it in the left-hand centre as well.
I think Jason will actually pop the red, cannon the yellow, and the white will actually kiss into the black here. Such a difficult shot to get the white in between that gap.
I think he might be slow rolling this, Chris. I think he wants to make sure he's at least got some look at this black. It is to win the match.
He's looking at the centre pocket black ball. Well, there you are.
How do you like these for the match?
Well, it looks like it only passes into the middle. He's gone over to have a look. He missed one similar to this, a red, earlier in the match. We'll know it's in before him. It's there! Oh! How close was that?
Just the pace that kept that black out there, Jim. Looked as though they were in, caught the near jaw. A little bit softer and that black was definitely in. Rolled all the way around the pocket.
Well, how close has Jason Twist come to securing that final berth? Will he see it fade away? Or does he get another kick at it? Amazing, so close. And how punishing will that miss be?
This can only do Phil's confidence a world of good here. I think he'll have forgotten about the missed black, what he missed.
Just the simple stuff left now for Harrison. Dropping his yellow in the centre pocket. Black in the bottom corner to keep his dream alive.
He does just that. Phil Harrison still in it. 9-7. We zero in on the finish line in this semifinal. Frame number 17. So Jason Twist knows he'll have at least 2 more break-offs. If it goes to a decider, he would break in it. But he's breaking here in frame 17.
What a glorious split that is. Just look at the yellows there. But his first shot's going to be the hardest one.
This is a great break there from Jason Twist. Keeping the cue ball dead centre of the table. No risk of going off like that. But as you said, Chris, the yellows have looked very, very good. But it's the first pot he has to find. I'm not sure he'll take yellows. I think he'll go for red speed as the first pot's easier.
30 seconds.
By some margin. The only yellow that really even looks potable is the one nearest the bottom left.
Red ball's nominated.
This is going to try another red out from the yellow here. If he knocks this out and lands on a red. This is a glorious chance.
That's a classy shot there from Jason Twist. Low left-hand side, pumping the cue ball into the red. Didn't even cannon in the yellow either. It's very, very, very accurate. And another chance for Twist. Already chucked 2 chances away to book his place in this year's Embassy World Final.
And you get the feeling he's not going to throw another one away. But so many times I've alluded to how you can carry that baggage around with you. As I said, he knows that he's had one real good look at it.
Well, the red that's closest to the cue ball there on the right-hand side, that's his last ball to get on the black. He's going across the table. He wants to take these 2 in the centre of the table next.
30 seconds.
And then go up for the one upstairs on the right. This is penultimate red. And now we're looking at real chance time this. bidding to become the first player to retain the world title. No one's ever done it. And also to go into the lead on world titles with 3.
Both Rob McKenna and Jason Twist with 2 Embassy titles on their resumes, and this man bidding to become the only human with 3.
Was there a couple of aliens who got 4 as the Jim?
And I should specify Embassy World Pool titles, as that one thought about staying on the table.
It looked to me like the red rolled away from the cushion there, Jim. Let's just watch this one again. Only a tiny bit, but he didn't make that pot, did he? Just shows how big that pocket was.
And one more look at the black for a place in the final.
Yellow ball in play.
Go ahead, Chris.
I don't know what to say, Jim. For once in my life, I do not know what to say. That's just ridiculous. He's had 2 great opportunities there. And if Phil can take this frame, then I fancy Phil to win the match, because Jason's had 2 glorious opportunities there. But what can he do from this position? Not much.
Is the curse of the defending champion
30 seconds.
paying us a visit here in Blackpool yet again. Penny for your thoughts, Jason Twist. Well, he might get a look at it because Phil Harrison hasn't played the best shot that he's played all day.
I wonder if the cue will go past that yellow into the black ball over that left-hand corner, because if so, he's going to need to make this snooker very, very good indeed, and he's not in a great position. And this time it would go past. He has to snip off this yellow and try and drop the cue ball behind the yellows nearest to his hand.
So if he has 1 cushion, could be a possible 1 cushion escape, if not 2.
I think the yellow's slightly in the way here of the double for the black. Could see Jason playing off the side cush with loads of right hand side, trying to curl it into the black. This could follow the black in. Oh, how close.
2 visits.
Once again, millimeters away from the title. Well, I'm glad he's enjoying himself, but have a look how close this is. Jason, you'll see this one day. If things go wrong, that's how close you were to getting in the final yet again.
And there he is again, the best doubler in the world. Never ever misses a double, this fella. Perfect position there on the yellow. And we're looking at 9-8 now. Can't see anything going wrong from here.
And Phil Harrison to break off in frame number 18. How elusive is this winning frame for Jason Twist? Twice it's peeked at him, and twice it's ran away. And Phil Harrison converts it to victory, 9-8. And Harrison to break in frame number 18. What a treat this semifinal has provided us with.
There you see Jason just talking to his father. Can't believe he's just missed that ball.
Frame 18, Phil Harrison to break. And hold onto your seats.
Foul.
And look at this for a chance this time. This one's even easier, and surely this time it's the end of the road for Harrison. This is by far the easiest chance Jason Twist will ever have of reaching an Embassy World Final.
Well, at the end of the day, I think Phil Harrison's going to be able to look back on his break in anything that we're accustomed to seeing from Phil Harrison in this regard could well have proved the difference today. But the break has been a friend to Jason Twist, regardless of who has been hitting it.
Jason Twist cannot miss these balls from here.
Is that cannot or won't?
Cannot.
Well, for Jason Twist's sake, I certainly hope you're right. But I've got a feeling that this is the beginning of the end for Phil Harrison. And there'll be no celebration this time until that 8 hits the bottom of the pocket. And finally, the end comes. Jason Twist had to wait a long time, an eternity for it, finally pocketing the 8 to secure a berth in the final. Jason Twist, 10-8 over Phil Harrison.
A big puff of the cheeks there from Jason Twist. I'm sure for a minute he thought things were slipping away, but he's safely through now to the final. There's just confirmation of the result. The first man through to the final. And at the bottom half of the draw, we've got Chris Mellin up against the outsider, Steve Munro. Well, that was an incredible match, to say the least. Keith Brewer was watching it with me. I thought he was going to go. I thought Phil Harrison was going to get back in it.
Amazing, wasn't it? We did say it was kind of a match that was made for going to the wire. Didn't quite think it would go like that. A few chances either way, a few mistakes either way. Makes for very good entertainment, obviously.
You missed 3 match balls.
Yes, truly amazing misses on the black. The first one, the guy in the middle, I thought he played it a bit hard. I thought if he'd have played it slower, it would have still crept in. But the adrenaline's obviously pumping at that stage. But the last one, where he's come out snooker and missed it by millimetres, incredible stuff.
Quick word about Phil Harrison. Unlucky Phil, he's been in the semi-final for the last 3 years. What's going through his mind now?
Well, I suppose, even coming into this match, he must have been thinking, I just can't get over that last hurdle and make it to the final. But he'll be certainly kicking himself. I mean, he's got himself back into the match. He's got Jason on the rack, he's missed a few blacks, and then gone straight off and left him a very easy finish. Because I think if he'd have had a hard finish, who knows? It could have gone to the wire.
Absolutely. It was a tremendous match. Another great game, what has been a great tournament. Jason Twist, the reigning champion, is still on target to become the first man ever to successfully defend this title. That's all from us here in Blackpool. Until next time, thanks for watching. Goodbye.